The dispute over ownership of land where Weston Hotel is built came up before the National Lands Commission on Wednesday.
So we want just to confirm that there is no active participation.
The Kenya Civil Aviation Authority telling the Commission they are its legitimate owners.
Trying to visit the land to stop the fencing, to stop the development, the titling, the surveying, the entry of the private developers.
We even read to the police to evict the illegal occupants. To our shock, they told us to get a court order. As in the police telling us get a court order to evict somebody occupying government land, we found it a bit ridiculous.
Indeed, KCAA wants the current occupant of the land, Weston Hotel Limited, evicted from the land.
This property be restored to KCAA.
What did you settle for as a minimum?
My instruction is to recover public property.
So is that a full restitution of the land? You just want the land back?
Not just for the interest of KCA, but the interest of the country, because this is public property. If the government decides to give it to somebody as a school and a hospital, that is it.
But Weston Hotel owner dismissed the arguments from the Aviation Authority, insisting that he acquired the property legally.
If they thought that they have a genuine claim, they should have done something. They should have gone to court. They should have challenged it. All this, there is really no purpose in depriving my client of this property when you cannot assign any blame to it in terms of how it acquired, the consideration it paid, and the history of the property subsequent to its allocation.
Through lawyer Ahmed Nasir Abdullahi, the proprietor of Weston Hotel said he bought the land from Monene Investment Limited, which was first allotted the land by government, acquired a title to it, and that KCAA was privy.
My client bought from a person who this property was allotted to. When you buy the property and you do such, and every lawyer does that such in your offices here, there's a certain process you follow. That process informed my client's decision to buy, that this property has no issues, that its record is clear, and only when it was satisfied through that process did it buy.
National Land Commission Vice Chair Abigail Magaya acknowledging that the Commission has established that unscrupulous persons took advantage of lack of titling of land vested on government institutions.
One of the biggest problem on this matter was the lack of documentation on our part. Because you will follow up, you know that, and you interrogate some of the people who have been in KCA for long, they will tell you this happened, but there's no document to back it up. So it becomes a bit of a challenge for any action, even in court.
If there was even a physical development plan for an area, or the development plan for an area, and it had vested land to a specific public utility, that is as good as a title. And in the past, government institutions, including schools, including hospitals, never had titles. The land was vested merely by a plan, by a PDP, a part development plan. It only happened that later on, unscrupulous Kenyans decided to set aside the plan and started producing titles.
The question of whether KCAA was given alternative land by government also came up before the Commission. NLC has closed the probe of the disputed piece of land and has undertaken to deliver its verdict soon. Eric Biegon reporting for Channel 1 News.